So, somewhere along the journey, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to discover something about women. If you're a man, if you're a woman, you're going to discover something about men. And this is going to be very common if you have been dealing with a lot of these narcissistic people. So you know what I mean? If you meet a person and you are kind of like in a relationship with these people, it's the beginning stages of the relationship. And there may be a chance where you will run into an ex of that person. You could run into that ex, or they could tell you about that ex. Pay attention to what they are talking about that ex. Now you see, in most cases, you realize that people who are toxic, they want to see their exes suffering. Toxic people like to see their exes suffering. Because you see, when a toxic person leaves a relationship, the worst thing that can happen to them is seeing their ex-partner thriving. They are happy, they have a new job, they are, in a new relationship, they are more healthy, they went to the gym, so they have these nice bodies. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a very hard pill to swallow. Because you see, when a person leaves you behind, woman or man, I don't normally want to really focus on the women. This thing can happen even to men. When a person walks away from you and they discard you from a relationship, it is very important for them, it is very important for their ego to make sure that they cannot look back and feel that loss of leaving you because they dumped you, they left you. So they don't want to feel that guilt of leaving you and choosing someone else. And then looking back in time and they're feeling like you're doing better than you was doing when they was with you. So a lot of people want their exes suffering. It happened to me, one of those days way back in times, many years ago. So we ran into this guy who was an ex of this lady I was dating at the time. And the woman was like, look at him, look the way he looks disgusting, he looks horrible. They're always like really trying to make sure that the ex is looking horrible. Now, let us not get it twisted. Even if you leave a narcissistic ex, let's say for example, you have left a narcissist ex behind. Yes, you want them to go through suffering, you want them to be punished, you want them to go through the stuff and things like that. But in my opinion, I think that feeling alone is coming from a low vibration. Because when you do that work on yourself and you left some ex behind, the best thing I would advise, wish them the best. Let them be okay. And they can go ahead and live their lives. Maybe find somebody who can tolerate their BS and stuff like that. But let whatever they are doing be their own business. So you see, people, this thing normally goes out to toxic people. Is how you know that you are dating a toxic person. The ex is this, the ex is rotting, the ex is shit, the ex is that, the ex is this. They are suffering, they are homeless, that kind of stuff. They are very interested in telling you about those stories about the ex. And whatever it is coming out of their mouth, it is not something you want to hear. It is like, yes, okay, you guys was together, you broke up, whatever happened, and you guys went separate ways. Why are you wishing ill, and why are you wishing evil on your ex? Just because that relationship didn't work. I've been with so many narcissists over the years. There have been a couple of them jumping in and out. But I don't look back and I'm thinking that, okay, so they are homeless, they're out on the street begging and stuff like that, they are dying in hospital, those kind of stuff. I don't wish them that kind of thing because those are some of the things I do not wish on myself. However much things didn't work out and we walked separate ways, I do appreciate that they was there at the time. It was their time in my life, but we worked through our own stuff and we had to release each other because we were not destined to be together. So all of us went separate ways to do different things. We all have got our own missions and assignments on this planet. But when a person is focused on the ex that is dying in hospital, the ex that is sick, the ex that is homeless, the ex that is rotting away, then I think you're not dealing with a healthy person. You look around and you're going to see many people who are hoping and praying that the ex is suffering. So this is going to be very common sometimes to, even with people that are leaving narcissists behind. The only thing that's running through your mind, you're like, let those people go to hell, let them go and suffer, let them go and die, that kind of stuff. You are daydreaming about karma. When is the karma coming for them? So it is normal because you've been going through a lot of pain. It's been a very traumatic experience. But when you sit back and start looking at things in a really mature way, and you're coming from a healed perspective, you already know that even before the karma comes to those people, they are already broken in a way. They are already walking dead. They're already the walking dead. These people have died many years ago. A person dies spiritually before they die physically. The narcissist has already died so many years ago. They're only waiting for the body to go, but the spirit has died. They don't have a spirit. They don't have a spirit. There's no soul. So they are already walking dead, even before you wish them karma and whatever, because that one will come anyway. You're going to see it. It's going to come. But one of the things you should be focusing on, ladies and gentlemen, is you. You have got to put all the attention and energy into yourself. Make sure that you do the work on yourself. Let the ex deal with their own crap. When I was leaving narcissist, I remember saying things like, I do wish you the best. Because you see, the narcissist wants you, they want to give you a portion of their negative energy. So they want you to leave you in that bubble whereby you are going through the same experience they are. You're resentful, you're hateful, you are like, what is wrong with this person? You are complaining, you cannot sleep at night, you're depressed. That's what they want you to be. And it is in your duty to make sure you do not play that game. Empaths, I can promise you, do not play those games of the narcissist for you to stay in negative energy and feel and believe and think the way they do. So for me, what I did, I reversed that energy immediately. I knew that this was not my energy. I had nothing to do with that energy. So I released that particular individual. I was like, okay, I wish you the best. It's up to you. Whatever you're going to do with your life, I have nothing to do with that. I'll be out of it. You're getting married, you're having children, that is going to be your stuff to deal with. It's not going to be mine. So I refused instantly to participate in that kind of energy. And the moment you sit back, ladies and gentlemen, and you are there thinking about the ex going through a problem and this and that and this and this, that is where you're going to stay in that energy. It's going to take you a while to heal. So pay attention to those people, you know. The ex is homeless. The ex is, they're always there talking about their ex. The ex is dying. The ex is this. The ex is this. Pay attention. Unless they're teaching you something about, that's kind of like how I'm teaching in these videos about narcissists and stuff like that. I will sometimes give references to those things that used to happen in those relationships. But you never hear me talking about the ex is dying, the ex is going this, the ex is whatever, the ex is happening. So I only give you references to experiences that was going on to teach you something. But when you have a person who is pretty much like focused, their entire head is running with the X is this and X is that, the X is suffering, and they are putting it out there, the X is suffering. That means that those people, they are narcissists. Because we all know that in narcissistic relationships, those narcissists want to see an ex who is suffering while they are in a new relationship with a new so-called supply. They want to look back and they say, okay, it was a good decision for them to leave you behind, because now you're out there suffering, you're rotting around the streets, you're jobless and all those kind of stuff. That's what they want you, this is where they want you to be, that's what they want to happen for you. So if you're with a person who is going in those kind of cycles and telling you about those ex who are going through pain, then you best believe you might be dealing. There's a very big chance, not necessarily always the case, but there's a very big chance you might be dealing with a toxic or narcissistic individual. But if you have a person who is like, oh, the ex is out there, they are doing them, I'm doing me, they are, they got a new job somewhere, or whatever happened between you guys, the healthy way to handle those things is when you want the best. You want things to happen for them. You appreciate them for the time they spent in your life, but you still understand that it's time for them to move on to whatever it is they want to go. And you do not wish bad things to people. Even the narcissists that have hurt me, I've never wished death upon them. However bad it was, I've not wished death on those people, because I knew where they was coming from energetically. It is until you get out of the situation that you're able to understand where is people coming from energetically. So you release with love. You know what I mean? It is love that always wins. So pay attention to those people you may be dealing. Not always, like I said, may not be the case, but you might be dealing with a toxic person, okay? So if you have that experience, let us know in the comment section below. You guys do know, I do love and appreciate your support. You can book a session, you may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Denzamos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.